Okay. So hello. Good afternoon. I think it should be your morning. It should be your morning. Is it your morning or your afternoon?
Yeah, well, actually, it's our afternoon here. Yeah, in Virginia.
All right. So you don't have to mention your
Yeah,
name. You just need to tell us that you are in US. I think that's fine. So this is
yes, yes.
yeah. So this is a program we are starting today, and it's called the anonymous caller, which means that we receive calls from people without disclosing their identity, and we help them in how to, we give them expert advice. So you're very much welcome. You are the first to be you're the first to be part of this program, and I'm privileged to also have you.
Well, I'm also happy to be the first, uh, or to say what I can say or offer to see how we can really fix this society.
Right, right. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. You're just going to go ahead without avoid mentioning names of people or anything that can identify you. So we're all ears.
Okay, all right.
And please,
Yeah,
just a moment before you start. Please, this program, we want to help people, and we cannot help people if people are not honest. So
okay.
yes, this is one plea I am making for everybody that will be part of this program. You need to be as honest as possible so we can be able to come out with a lasting solution.
Oh, okay, okay, ma'am. I've heard you.
Right. So please proceed.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So, well, I've been like I've been married for, let me say, over a year right now,
Okay.
and yeah, and I kind of have this uh, we having difficulties to have a baby with my wife
Okay.
recently. Yeah, but my wife made me to understand the fact that she doesn't have a problem uh, until I had to even go to the hospital, to carry out some series of tests, especially when it comes to the male, they call it testosterone test to see if actually I can get a woman pregnant or not. So
Yeah,
I did
so
all of that,
mhm.
and
Yeah, no, go ahead. So
they say
I was just going to say that the doctor is going to check your sperm counts. They're going to check your sperm count. That's the first thing. Also going to check how healthy your sperms are to be able to know if because sometimes sperms can be out of 100% sperms, you can have malfunction sperms that are not very healthy, more than the healthier ones, making it difficult. So yeah, just go ahead. I think I will come in at the tail end.
yeah, yeah. So actually, they did that. I think they named, they called that thing. There's a name for that.
Mm-hmm.
They call it there's a name they call it here in the US. It just went off my mind. Okay, but they actually did that, and they told me that I don't have a problem.
Okay.
So it was kind of like now they needed to, you know, see what maybe on my own part, or to see my wife, and to also check, maybe like a gynecologist to check and also make sure that she is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But my wife doesn't want to go in for.
For the
She
test.
said she's fine. She keeps on telling me that she's fine. She doesn't want to go in for any tests. So that is the problem I'm having right now. Because I say, okay, yeah, I know, I believe you. I believe that you fertile, as she keeps saying it, because she's
Mm-hmm.
given birth before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was a single mother before I met her. She's given birth before, and I believe her that she can. Yeah. So, but I said along the line, you don't know what would have happened because it's been a while now. Let me say like uh, s- uh, 3 4 years you haven't given birth, and so maybe something, there should be a problem somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That it will be good. Yeah, that it will be good. We check it out medically. But she keeps on saying that she's fine. She's fine. So I'm kind of worried, and I don't really know how to handle this particular problem.
Okay. So it's been how many years that you are both married?
Yeah, let me say it's been a year. Oh, it's been a year now.
It's been a year. Now, have there been any signs of conception or no conception at all?
Yeah, actually, the first time she got pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
that was when she was back in Cameroon when I used to come back to visit her because
Mm-hmm.
presently she's here now. But the thing is that particular pregnancy, she miscarried it. She lost it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she lost that particular pregnancy.
At at
So
at how old?
it's been
At how old? Let's say the pregnancy was like how old?
yeah the pregnancy was almost 6 months. Yeah, it was 6 7 months.
Okay. So there's something I'm going to share with you, and it's called. There's something I'm going to share with you, and what I think is a problem here is that she has a weak cervix, and
Okay.
yes, it can only be diagnosed by the doctor. Now, the reason why I say is possible. Please, how old is she now?
She just yeah she just turned 33
Okay. First thing first, you
three
should know that.
years.
First thing first, you should know that with an African, with us the black, as you're aging, conceiving becomes a little bit difficult. Okay, that's the first thing. So
Okay.
you could have a
Uh-huh.
child. You could have a child normally, maybe when she was single, but the more you age, the more conceiving becomes a problem. That's the first thing you should note. The second thing is that she had a child. If I thought maybe we could ask her, did she put to bed at night exactly the 42 weeks? Is it 9 months like normal people will call it 9 months? If we ask her if she put to bed that child that she had, if she put to bed normally at 9 months, which I am doubting now because there's a possibility that she put to bed earlier than that, which is a possibility that she has a weak cervix. A weak cervix is not it's not like she cannot get pregnant. It's not like you cannot impregnate her because like you rightly said, you did the tests right and you were
Ye-
fine. So
Yeah.
when it comes to conceiving issues, the couple are supposed to go to the hospital together. They're supposed to do this together.
Okay.
Yes, because they will check on you for, like I said, they'll check your sperm counts, check your healthy sperms, check because sometimes you may have more seminar. Okay, there's something they call seminar analysis. I think that's what you were looking for. The word you
Yeah, that is exactly what yeah, that is what I was forgetting. That
seminar
is what I
analysis.
did in the US. Yeah.
Right. So they're going to do seminar
Yes.
analysis to be sure of your sperm counts and equally to be sure of how healthy your sperms are. Then on her path, they will do her they'll check her vagina to be sure of if it is not too acidic because sometimes the vagina can be so too acidic that even when healthy sperms comes in, it cannot survive. So
Okay.
they call it a swab test. I think they'll do something like a swab. I'm not a medical doctor, but I've done courses in nursing, so I have this background knowledge. So that's the first test or one of the tests that they will do. They will equally check on her tubes because her tubes may be blocked, her ovarian tubes. But that is not even the case
Hmm.
here because at least she has been able to conceive before before the baby is not or the baby passed away. So the tubes are not blocked from every indication.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe her vagina may, I'm looking at two possibilities here. Maybe the acidic nature of her vagina, which may not permit sperms to, healthy sperms to stay or to swim through because there's a process that conception takes place. Or this is where I am thinking weak uterus, weak cervix. Now, most people that have weak cervix, they put to bed before time, most often. And
Okay.
yes, and when they are pregnant, they don't have to work. And sometimes there's a medical procedure that takes place where I think they stitch. I don't know how I can explain that, but there's something like like they stitch the uterus to hold the uterus in place until when the baby is at a certain age, the pregnancy is at a certain age, before the uterus now can be, it can be loosened up, waiting for the baby to come forth, maybe like a week or two. So most often, if that she has a weak uterus, there's no way she'll be able to conceive and that baby will stand. I mean, she needs close medical attention and close medical follow up. So I'm looking at the possibility that she may have a weak uterus because
Okay.
there are already signs of conception that has taken place, but since the baby could not stay up to the time that the pregnancy has to stay, there's a possibility that the uterus could not hold the baby till then. And again, if she knows herself, she's not supposed to work when she's pregnant, or maybe carry out
Yes, ma'am. I want to suspect. I want to think that maybe what you're saying is kind of related to her case, because another thing is that the last time the baby, the last time she gave birth,
mm-hmm,
it was through a cesarean section.
mm-hmm.
So I
Okay.
don't know if, yeah, I don't know whether it could also be as the effect of the weak cervix that she put to bed normally also.
Okay. A CS may not necessarily be dependent on a weak uterus, but yes, it can be. But sometimes CS can result. It can be as a result of maybe there was a breach. I mean, the baby was not well positioned and head down to come out. So I may not be able to talk these medical terms. Nathan, please, stop noise. I'm sorry, my son is here. So yeah, so go and sit down. Zee. Okay.
I
Uh,
get, I understand. You
yeah,
try.
children like that. Sometimes if you are busy and you are not concentrating on them, my son likes too much attention. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that CS may not necessarily depend just on that. But if one thing you should ask her is how old was the baby, her first pregnancy before she put to bed. Then if it's that it was before that 9 months, you could now begin to see that what I'm saying is correct. But I'm suspecting that could be the case. But
Okay.
yes, a medical doctor can confirm that. And if she does not seek medical advice, it's not like she's not fertile. She's fertile, but the ability to carry and sustain the pregnancy all through is a problem. So,
Yes, yes, yeah,
yes,
that is the issue.
yeah. So I just think it's something that she just needs to get the help of a medical doctor that can explain this to her better. I'm a counselor, but I've done some nursing courses, so I have this understanding, but I cannot do good diagnosis. But I think that is actually the case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Any other things?
Well, I think maybe that is a main, let me say, that is a main issue that is kind of bringing a little bit of trouble between I and
Mhm. Yeah.
and her for now. Yeah, and we're really trying to see how we can trust this issue, because it's like we're kind of playing the blame game. you know she's thinking that I'm the one with the problem, and I'm thinking that she's the one with the problem.
No, but
And it's
there
kind
are already signs
yeah.
of fertility on both sides. I mean, you've been able to impregnate her. She's been able to get pregnant. But the problem here is that the pregnancy could not go through the normal pregnancy terms. So it's not like you're not fertile or she's not fertile. So the problem here is carrying the baby through. So it could be what I've just mentioned. And then one other advice I want to give is that she may also want to check her blood pressure, because sometimes the higher your blood pressure, the more difficult it is to carry a pregnancy all through. High blood pressure can result to miscarriages or abortions. So what
Oh,
yeah, so one thing about pregnancy is that sometimes it's good not to stress a lot. Like for her, if she's pregnant, it's good that she avoids stressing up a lot. because it can always lead to miscarriages. And again, if it's that she has a weak cervix and then stressing again, it could be a double factor. Stress will always lead to high blood pressure, and high blood pressure does not support pregnancy, so it will always lead to miscarriages. Equally, I don't know if you've both done your maybe STDs, any check on that, because some STDs
Yeah,
also don't make it possible for somebody to conceive and then carry through with the pregnancy.
yeah, we actually did all of that even before getting married.
Okay. So I think I still go back to this option of the weak uterus, but again, a doctor needs to help us and get that settled.
Okay,
Yes,
all
sir.
right.
Okay. So
Uh,
how
thank you,
how how was
thank
it?
you.
How was it? Let me know. Let me have your feedback.
Well, it, I kind of say, everything at the beginning is always a little bit, not the best, but I think as time goes on, it's gonna improve. But I think so far I can rate it to be 8 on 10.
Oh, wow, that's a pass mark. Thank you so much, sir. So we're going
Yeah.
to end here, so I get the
Okay.
next person online. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, ma, and yeah, and see you next time.
See you next time. Bye bye. Okay, so we are continuing with the second caller. Hello, how are you today?
Hello, ma'am. I'm fine, thank you. Good evening.
You're welcome. Thank you. So you don't have to mention your name, your age, nothing. You just have to tell us where you're calling from. Like, is it Cameroon? Just say Cameroon or America or Europe.
I'm calling from Cameroon.
All right, from Cameroon. Okay, so what can I help you with this evening?
All right. So when I saw your poster, I was kind of happy because I actually had some problems that I needed help with. So my main problem, which I'll need help with, will be coping with a breakup, through navigating the phase through from a break or an ended relationship, navigating through it, the emotions, and just pulling through.
Okay, going through a breakup, but you may need to explain to us what happened, because we
All
need to
right.
know, yes, to walk through a breakup depends. If it was just a relationship maybe a relationship that just started a few months and emotions were not invested, it's different from when maybe it lasted for 8 years and a lot of emotional investments. So you need to explain. Okay, just explain without calling any name of anybody or any particular town that can make somebody know you're the one.
Okay. So I'd been in a relationship uh, which had been going on for close to a year.
Mm-hmm.
So the relationship ended earlier this year because of some difficulties we had. So over the year, the relationship had been good. We talked a lot, we planned a lot of things together. But towards the end of the year, it so happened that he went to see his parents to talk about marriage. Unfortunately, his mom didn't approve him marrying a lady from my tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when that happened, he had to give me some other conditions that if I'm able to fulfill this, we might be able to pass through. But the conditions do not sit well with me. So the condition was like I had to get pregnant
Mm-hmm.
before we can get married. Probably with a pregnancy, you might be able to convince his mother that you're already pregnant before you go. But that one, it didn't sit well with me.
Mm-hmm.
My values, my work, and everything. Yes. So the relationship ended. So it has really been a challenging phase for me over the past month with a lot of emotions. Sometimes I feel so anxious. Sometimes I feel so overwhelmed with the emotions that I just want to stay on my own and talk to nobody, maybe cry all day. Yeah. And sometimes I want to keep texting, I keep sending messages, maybe like to him, keep sending too many messages, and he just had to keep reading without saying anything. At one point, he just blocked me. And one time, he had to come back to say he blocked me because I was sending too many messages and they were giving him headache.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, wow, okay. They may say you blocking me just worsen every issue. So going through the phase has been so difficult. So
Mm-hmm.
I probably, yes.
Okay. Um. So his mom did not want a woman from your tribe, from where you're coming from.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if he was here, I would have said he just needed him to stand his grounds, because most often parents have declined, refused marriages like that because they don't like a particular tribe. But when the men stood their grounds, like if this is what he really wanted, if he stood his grounds, the mother may see with him. And another option or another method to handle this is that he could get to an aunt or an uncle that the mother respects, and then let the person talk to the mother. But unfortunately, he didn't seek advice, so he had to try to put it like you getting pregnant. I'm happy that you didn't give in for that option, because getting pregnant was no guarantee that the marriage would end up taking place. So at the end of the day, you may end up as a single mother, because I think the problem here is him not knowing, not standing on what he believes in. If his mother to a certain extent should not be the one taking decisions for him. Let me ask, how old how old is he?
35.
At 35, he's a man. He's not a child. He's not a boy. So, but him being unable to take a decision and stand on it and say this is what I want, because if he took his decision and stand on it and say this is what I want, and even if the mother is going off and coming down, he says this is what I want, the mother will give in. Maybe there was just a need for him to prove that this is really what I want, but the fact that he quickly gave up showed that his mother has a lot of influence on him. And even so, that alone should give you reasons why you should not even cry over that relationship. Because if tomorrow, from every indication, if tomorrow the mother say you both should not have children now, or you both should have children now, so it's like at his age, he's, I'm sorry, I want to say maybe a mama's boy, but he should be able to take his decisions and stand on them as a man. It's not his mother that is deciding who he should get married to. He knows what is good for him. Unless that maybe there were more to his reasons for breakup that he did not explain it. But if it's that he was trying to make efforts that you should get pregnant, that was his own way of addressing the problem. But that was not enough reasons. I mean, that was not enough the best solution. So I've seen cases where the parents said you will not get married from this tribe, and the people stood their grounds. They stood and said, "This is what I want." And finally, they gave in. Let me not even go far. I am one of that example. My in-law said my tribe is too far, blah blah blah. They gave all kind of stories and all of that. But today, this is me in marriage. I'm 8 years in marriage. So it's a matter of him being able to take his decisions and stand on it. So it looks to me like the mother has a lot of influence on him. And if that be the case, even whoever he will get married to suffer, the mother will always be controlling that marriage, even from afar. So there's some things that may happen. It looks to you like, this maybe I know that it's not always easy to start over. Maybe let me ask, how old are you?
I'm 29.
Yes, okay. So at 29, you're hoping that this relationship I'm having now, at least before 30, I should be married. I should be in my own home. It's a good wish. It's a good desire. But sometimes age, don't let your age not put you under pressure, because it's not just about the relationship that broke up that is affecting you. You're looking at a lot of things. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
No, is it true, please?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so you are looking at a lot of things. That is what is even depressing you. like starting over. How do I even start over? I thought that I have already had my own bus stop, and look at my age. I'm aging. When will I start having my own children? Do you have any child already?
I do.
Okay.
8 years old.
Okay. So now it's not only the relationship that is putting you in this position of, if I should call it, depression. Have you been in that, not sleeping, feeling anxious? It's been like how long?
Yes, within the first weeks, I actually had so many days I could go for a day. I come to work, I'm okay. I go back home, I just sit on my pillow, I cry on. I don't sleep even for 30 minutes, and I'm back to work the next morning. But well, recently it's a little better,
Hmm.
but I went through that phase. It was really not nice.
Okay, so it's been how long that the breakup took place?
This is the third month. That was January, the beginning of January. So we're in March. This is like the
Okay,
third month.
so at least you've been feeling this way, overwhelmed, anxious, not sleeping, sleeping disorders. You've not been eating well.
So it comes in episodes. Or let me say with triggers.
Yeah,
Some days I could go like I'm okay.
yeah.
Some days I could really go like I'm okay, and then I don't know, you might just find something that someone with the same name, a picture or something that reminds you, and then the
Hmm.
thoughts and every other thing start coming back, the headaches, and you start feeling so overwhelmed. At those points, since he blocked me, I start finding ways of saying.
Okay. So yeah, you were talking about the aspect that when you get trigger, sometimes it gets you back into that mode of anxiety, and you're overwhelmed. Sometimes you find it difficult to eat and sleep.
That's right now.
Hmm. Okay. So first thing first, you should understand that it's normal that you're feeling that way, because this was a relationship that you invested feelings in, and it's a relationship that you had hopes on, because it was actually going somewhere. If it was just dating, you could understand that no, this is just dating. So if it fails, it has failed. But this was a defined relationship that was heading towards marriage before the mother of the guy came in. So it's normal to have those feelings. That's just to show that you had emotions. And once you have emotions for someone, it doesn't just go away. The same way those emotions did not just come abruptly. It's not possible that it will just equally go away abruptly, like to just go away out of a sudden. So it's going to take time, and it's good to allow that healing process to unfold gradually, because if you have to rush that process, it's just like you have buried it's just like you have buried, for those who do farming, it's just like you bury grass. When you're working farming, it's like you bury grass, and then when the rain will fall, if the atmosphere is conducive, that grass is going to grow again. You understand? So
Yes, ma'am.
yes, but you need to allow that healing process to unfold. It's going to be a gradual thing. You cannot force it. You cannot stop it. You cannot stop the pains. It's normal to feel the pains, but you just have to give yourself reasons why you should not hold on um to that to that guy or to that relationship. Because what is making you feel this way, apart from the fact that you are considering your age and other factors, but what is also making you to feel this way is that you are constantly looking at the positive aspect of that relationship and missing them. And there's one of the ways to quickly heal from a relationship is also looking at the negative aspects of those relationships, and then telling yourself that you deserve better. For example, I've given you a good example, like in the case where he decided to succumb to the mother's decision. Okay, that should already be a red flag that the mother will have a higher control. Yes, the mother will have a higher control over his marriage in the future. So you don't even want to be in that mess where my mother said, "Oh, I'm not doing this." My mother said I should not do this. At 35 years, if you could not take a decision and stand on it, that's already enough. That's a serious red flag. Being old, 35 years is yes, but maturity sometimes does not come with age. So he's matured by age. He's old by age, but he's not necessarily matured enough to know what he wants and to go for what he wants. So that those are some of the things that you can begin to consider. So if you just said, okay, imagine a marriage where your mother-in-law has to come tell you what to do in your home, tell you what not to do. You at the end of the day, she's acting like the wife to him. So he's still like a mommy's boy. He needs to grow. If he cannot grow, even the marriage, whoever he will end up getting married to, there's still a lot of chances that the mother will have control over that marriage, and it will still end. It may still not work out, even if maybe the girl is coming from the same tribe. So accept this, because one of the things you need to do is to accept that at the end of the day you have become single again. I know it's a very difficult decision, but you need to accept it that at the end of the day I have gone back to being single. And sometimes it's not easy to get a good relationship. And if this one looked like a good one, sometimes some things come and go and better things come. Unless the best things come, you may not even understand why the other relationships did not work. So right now, you just need to accept that, yes, you've gone back to your singlehood, and there is no big deal about it. Don't be under pressure because of your age, because sometimes, yes, your age is a serious factor here. You're looking at it like, okay, when will you get married and start having your own children? God is still God. I've seen people that got married even at 45 and had children. So you should not be pressurized by your age. And right now, you should rather concentrate on healing, because if you don't heal, the more you delay your healing process, the more you delay even having maybe a new relationship. Because like, let's say, for example, you are not still preoccupied with this past relationship, he decided to block you. Maybe that was his own way of managing the aspect of you throwing messages at him all the time, out of emotions. But that was not the best, because he left you now to, face a lot of things on your own. That notwithstanding, it was still a chance for you to face the reality and accept it. So right now, accept what has happened. Understand that the more you delay, the more you keep looking at that past relationship, the more you could be blind to other relationships that are maybe around you. Because if I keep putting my eyes in a particular direction, I may not see the other options that are available. So you may have other men that are also interested, but maybe from the way from the look of things, you quickly don't even show interest, or you don't even indicate like you're interested. So the more, in fact, that has passed, it has passed. It's not working. It's not gonna work. And like I said, take note that even if he comes back, his mother may still have a higher say over your marriage. So you should accept that, allow your healing to unfold. Remember, I said it's a gradual process, and you will obviously feel pains. But anytime you have a breakup, there's that energy. You may feel weak, but there's that energy within you that's a moment where you can be very creative. If you give room for your brain to work, you can be very creative. You can come up with a lot of ideas. So allow the healing process to unfold. And if you feel like crying sometimes, it's okay. Crying is part of the healing process. It shows that there's pain in you, and that pain in you cannot go out if you don't look, or if the pain does not have channels to go out. And one of the channels for pains to leave you is you crying. So when you feel like crying, cry it out. But when you cried out, you wipe your tears and tell yourself that it is time for you to face life again. Just like when a child falls, when the child starts walking, when he gets up, take 1-2 steps and fall, it doesn't mean that he will not walk one day. So you need to stand up again and say, okay, as long as you're not dead, life has to continue. Life has to continue. So allow the healing process to unfold. Don't rush it. Don't rush the healing process, and don't delay it. Allow it to unfold gradually, so that you can heal properly. By the time you are meeting another relationship, you should be prepared. Because if you keep holding on and a new relationship comes in, you will carry this pain, this bitterness that you have from the previous relationship, and you begin to act drama in the present relationship that will still end up, failing. And that's not what you want to do. So you should start securing your future by actually acting now. So allow the healing process to unfold. Accept that that's what has happened. Maybe people already knew about him, families already knew about him, friends already knew. Yes, you are still human. You're not out to please people. Why people know so? Oh, excuse me. You're not out to explain yourself to people. If you're not in the